Hey there, I'm Art, and I recently got way too addicted to Cookie Run Kingdom, and I mean really addicted. I've had a very interesting relationship with this franchise. I played Oven Break back in middle school but deleted it after losing interest. I'm so sorry, Oven Break fans. And I actually downloaded Kingdom a year ago but deleted it within the day purely because I was worried I'll get addicted. So call me surprised when I find myself re-downloading this game again, purely because of that stupid jester. It was worth it though. Now I can spend my pastime watching these little guys just walk around my kingdom, just like tiny little ants. Though, with this newfound obsession, I find myself thinking of how I would design these biscuits as people. I know, how original of me, but just humor me this once. The rules are simple. I'll be using the game's built-in gacha because I love gambling, and it's gonna be easier for me to pick a cookie from each category. I just won't do Ancient or Beast. This video already took 2 months to make, and I'm not making it longer. And then I'll be picking the least human-looking biscuits out of the bunch. I really want to challenge myself with coming up with unique designs along with still being able to translate the core aspects of each biscuit. This will be more like a human AU with everything kind of grounded in reality, kind of. Though enough yapping, let's get into the first pool.
Come fly with me.
Out of all of the common cookies, Angel Cookie is probably the least human looking biscuit, and I like the design more than the others, so here we are. I really wanted to lean into how Angel Cookie is a child, and of course, instead of making them a literal angel, I wanted them to be playing dress up. I wanted to make their outfit look like it's one that a kid would claim as their favorite and wear it everywhere. Kinda like how you see kids in supermarkets dress up as princesses and fairies. I also wanted to make the outfit look very homemade, with their wand being made of cardboard taped together and their wings and halo very feathery, kind of like what you'd create at home or you'd buy from a costume shop for like $1. I feel like they would go around granting wishes to everyone they see, but none of them really come true.
Don't worry, I won't hurt you. Or will I?
Of course, I can't have an angel without a devil. Why the hell did I write that into the script? I guess moving on, I was always going to do Angel Cookie and Devil Cookie together. They both rival each other way too well. I really wanted to lean towards making Devil Cookie the polar opposite of Angel Cookie, where Angel is clean, proper and pretty. Devil is dirty and loves playing in the woods and scaring anyone that decides to trespass on the land. As for their design, I really wanted to lean into a kind of devil onesie for them. It's very inspired by the kid from Where the Wild Things Are. I just really like creature-based outfits. I wanted to lean into this sort of escapism from imagination, which is very prominent within that book. So I really wanted to twist the design to make it more like this sort of imp like a creature by making the hood horns and giving it a little tail. I decided for the pitchfork to give them a giant stick, as it's a universal experience that all kids love big sticks. I just really wanted to encapsulate a kid dressing up and playing make-believe, and of course they're a bit rascally, so they push their personality onto their outfit. I decided to make Angel Cookie and Devil Cookie siblings, which is why Devil has the curly blonde hair. I think that they both would play make-believe together, but it always ends in arguments due to them being very different at telling stories.
Just a little cookie. Not me.
I love a lot of the oceanic biscuit designs, so I was really excited when I pulled Squid Ink Cookie. I love how sad this little guy is. I just want to give him a big hug and a warm blanket. As they are based on a kraken, I really wanted to make them a fisherman, preferably one that dredges, as I feel like they would try their hardest to find hidden treasure at the bottom of the sea. I actually took a lot of inspiration from the game Dredge when coming up with their fisherman design. I just really love fucked up fishing games a lot, and I love how that game has these deep blues and muted tones, which I wanted to add into the design. As for their outfit, I really wanted Squid Ink to look like they were just pulled out of the ocean, dripping with ink and salt water, along with covered in trinkets and lures that have been caught on their tentacle-like cape. I really wanted to make their hair curly as possible, making up the tentacle bob from their original design, and making their face even sadder. Cause you know, you would also be sad if you got pulled out of the ocean. Overall, love this little sad fisherman. I feel like they would hoard all the gold they collect.
Just a drop of my spice will make you lose your mind. heard of this spice overlord? Yeah, that's me.
I think I was somehow doomed to failure with Capsaicin Cookie. He was the one I had the hardest time thinking up a design for, and the main reason why this video was delayed. Procrastination. I had only pulled 2 super epics, with the other being Cotted Cream Cookie, who is literally just a guy, so I had to go with Capsaicin. I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do with his design. I jumped between a few ideas, like leaning towards the fire aspect, or maybe making him a Viking, but in the end I decided to make him sports. Yes, his personality is sports now. However, this decision will come back to haunt me soon, as I have no idea about sports. I wanted to lean towards a more lovable jock type personality, as I feel like Capsaicin radiates that kind of energy already, along with keeping some elements of his warrior school and his fire aesthetic. I chose the cliche varsity jacket, which I tried to mimic his cape design with, along with giving him a singlet to continue showing off his muscles. I also gave him a pendant which has the same symbol on his belt. I also realised now that I actually should have done his little skull instead, so at the ending of the design you see that I actually just stuck it on the varsity jacket because I was upset. I forgot about it. I really wanted to add his horn somewhere, as I'm a sucker for weird horned characters, so in the end I put it on a helmet. I have no idea what sports this helmet would be for, but I think it looks cool. Maybe rollerblading. As for his story, it's most likely going to be the same as the Triple Cone Cut plotline, however, set at universities. I have no ideas for this guy, tragically.
Who dares to enter my realm? Embrace the silence of the abyss.
Saving the best for last with another ocean-based cookie, it's Black Pearl Cookie. I love her so much. I love her backstory so much. I'm just a big sucker for corruption arcs, so instead of just drawing Black Pearl Cookie, I also decided to draw her pre-corrupted version, White Pearl. I get to dual wield screens now. When coming up with a design, I really wanted to focus on shape language to present her age and how her personality has shifted into a villain, but you still can read her as the same character. For White Pearl, I wanted to make her rounder and younger by using a lot more curves in her design. I wanted to make her look friendly and innocent, where Black Pearl on the other hand, I wanted to make her sharp and lanky. I really wanted to lean towards the Disney villain archetype, very Cruella de Vil, with a hint of Ursula. I really wanted to make her face just look longer and just worn out. Black Pearl Cookie has a deeper colour palette, and I really want to emphasize that, making her look like she's covered in oil. I wanted her design to appear like a washed up singer still fighting to stay relevant, however the world has moved on. Comparing to White Pearl, she's a lot more softer, leaning towards warm creams and soft pastels. And also the fact her design is just a lot more warmer as it is. She's also a lot more friendlier and inviting, like her outfit is very flowy, kind of like the ocean. Their story goes as follows. White Pearl was a lounge singer, most likely known as the Siren or something along those lines. However, just like the song Copacabana, that was 30 years ago, and now she's completely washed up. Now feeling betrayed by her fans and the music industry, she becomes a twisted form of herself, leaning towards a life of crime. I was thinking maybe like a loan shark, because I want to keep that kind of fish theme sort of thing. But honestly, I just think it would be funny if she just becomes like an overlord or some shit. She's going to be one of my favorite designs. Like, I just love how they turned out. And that's all of them. Even though this took me 2 months to make, I think these designs actually came out really nice. Well, almost all of them. Sorry, Capsaicin Cookie. My favorites are obviously Black Pearl Cookie and Squid Ink Cookie. I'm always gonna like ocean themed things, so it's a no-brainer. Let me know which character is your favorite down below, and maybe I might make a part 2. That's a hard maybe. I'm never letting a video take this long ever again. I need a rest. Thank you so much for watching, like and subscribe I guess, and I'll see you next time. Good night!